Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dreams Studios, and today is Smash That Small Paper Pad collab with Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage. And while I am not smashing the entire paper pad, I did have fun playing with it. This is the paper pad I'm using. It's called Classic Garage. It was from our All Occasions catalog in 2019. Some really cute papers in this. And one of the things I'm going to show you is that this paper, you can cut out all of these gears with the dies. And from this one, you can cut out the oil cans, which I thought was pretty cool. And it's called, here's a stamp set from Geared Up Garage. And you can stamp and cut out these cards, but there's also a sheet of the paper where you can cut out these cards as well as motorcycles and 57 Chevys and I think a Bel Air, but you're going to have to cut those out by hand. There's a die to cut out the oil can, a die for this, a die for this, and a die for all the gears. And here are the dies. And as you can see, this one here will cut out an entire collection of the dies off of the paper pad. I think it's off of this one here. I've got it turned on here somewhere that it goes. But yeah, you can cut out up to 2 sets of the gears plus a lot of the singles off of this paper pad. Man, I have a drool problem this morning. So as well as the individual dies here. So I've been playing with that this morning. I've got to get these put onto magnet before I lose everything. So for now, I'm going to set them inside here like that. You'll also find that I used All Geared Up stamp from this. I also used Relax Your Way from A Good Man. And the Happy Birthday from In Your Words. And these are both still available. Okay, so the first card I made, and I'm going to finish this one with you because I have a tip for it. This is where I used the Sizzix die set here to do this. Cut out the dies in silver foil, and then I stamped and punched out the card here. Colored it all in real red and the basic black Stampin' Blends. My mind just went blank. And I'm not going to color that one, but I do want to show you the tip that I did. I also cut out 3 or 4 of the extra cards out of red cardstock and forgot my glue. Okay, we have glue. And all you do, if you want something with some dimension, but you don't want the pop dots behind it or the dimensionals behind it, cut duplicate pieces out of your traditional cardstock. And glue them together. Layer them up. And with the all-purpose glue, you've got a little bit of time for wiggle room to square them up. I used this particularly on a couple of the cards where I cut the car out of the paper because it added weight to the paper. But basically what you are doing is you are building your own chipboard. Isn't that cool? Now I've showed this on my junk journaling, but I don't think I'd ever showed it on Stampin' Up. And then the more layers you get up there, the more dimension you're going to have, and the thicker your piece is going to be. And when it dries, it's just like chipboard. Now I will go back and color this card in later with the Stampin' Blends, because, you know, I didn't bring them over to my filming table either. But what I will do is I will highlight the lines with the dark red and the shaded areas, and then I will come back in with the light red and blend them in. And then that's going to go right there, and I won't have to use any dimensionals because I already have the dimension in that chipboard. You can see how thick that is. And we'll nestle that right over top of there. Okay? So that's your tip. If you don't have dimensionals or you want a solid background for your to give dimension, layer extra cuts of your image. And then I've lined it with a piece of the DSP. Now I had several plans that I took off of Pinterest and they wound up going in my own direction. Here's another one of those cards completely finished, and you can see the dimension you get by adding the dark and the light Stampin' blends over that. And then I've alternated it between the red and the black. Now I could have put black on this card, but one of these is going to be Bob's birthday card. His birthday is the 22nd of October, and he really misses his red Chevelle Super Sports, so I wanted to make sure I had a card for him that was red. Okay, then I got this one. I have this one, and this was cased from Pinterest. I tell you, if I had my head together this morning, it'd be a miracle. This one was cased from Cindy Lee Designs, and I will link her YouTube channel down below. And this one I did add a little bit of pop dots, or dimensionals, excuse me, to the backs of the gears. And I used the Designer Series paper. And this yellow is also the Designer Series paper. It is the back of the sign page. So there's that one. And then I have this one. Oh, on this one, I didn't point out, I went over the car with the shimmer crystal effects on this one and give it a little sparkle. Then there's this one, and this one was cased from, this is what I mean, I just had that sheet. This one is cased from Lynn Dunn on Pinterest, and I will link her down below. She did a Happy Father's Day, and the Happy Father's Day from the stamp set fits inside here perfectly, but I don't do Father's Day cards. I don't have anybody to send Father's Day cards to. So I did a happy birthday, and because there was a lot of space, I just brought in a gear. Now, Lynn glued her dimensionals, and I think she actually stamped hers. She didn't use the DSP, but my whole point was in this challenge is to use up the DSP. So rather than just stamping, I used the matte paper from the kit, and I cut it really narrow so that I could put a slim piece of the black on there and keep bringing up the crushed curry and the black layers on that. And I could have even used one of the red gears here instead of the black to help pop out the red on the map. So there's that one. And my last one for today is this one. It's called All Geared Up, and I thought what better way to use this paper than to use it as a mat, put it with the All Geared Up to celebrate, and then bring these in. And the reason I did this card, what started this was I had cut this for this card, and it was going to be too small to fit in here. I needed the bigger oval, so I had those pieces, so that's what I went with. So those are my cards so far from the classic Garage Designer Series paper. And let's flip this one back here because he doesn't have any color, and let's do that. So when I come back to this, I may come back to this paper pad next month and see what else I can do with it, but I don't want to use all this paper up because I have the stamps and the dies to play with, and I may want cards down the road that match the stamp and die set, so we'll see what happens. In the meantime, today is Saturday, September 25th. There are only 6 days left in the Celebrations catalog, which means you have only 6 days left to get free items from the Celebrations catalog for every $50 that you spend before tax and shipping on any of our products, whether it be out of the mini catalog our all occasions catalog, or even in the clearance aisle. But to get the free items, this catalog is going to expire on the 30th, which means you need to get your orders in. Please keep in mind a lot of things are out of stock, as is the bedazzling paper is gone, and because we're down to the wire. And so these items were get as you can, and if you didn't get them, then you lost out. So here is my hostess code, and it will expire on the 30th. If you use this hostess code, when you place an order with me, you are going to get a package of the crystal gems. And the cool thing about the crystal gems is while they are clear, you can color them to be anything, any color that you want, to match any product that you're, to match any color that you're, to any of the designer series papers or what project that you're working on. You can color them to be any color you want them to be. So that's why I chose those for this month. So you can turn them pumpkin orange, or you can color them black, or you can do them crushed curry or red, or whatever you want to do with them. So this is going to be your free gift when you place an order with me of a minimum of $50 before tax and shipping. So that way you're going to get this from me, plus you're going to be able to pick out a free item from the Celebrations catalog. Keep in mind, if you go in and you find lots of stuff you just can't live without, and you want, you spend $150 or more before tax and shipping, do not use the hostess code. Instead, place it as a regular workshop order and your customer order, and you are going to get all the hostess benefits besides. And if you need help with that, my contact information is in the description box below. I hope you have a very great weekend. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you back here on Monday, hopefully. I'm off to a slow start this morning, so we'll see what happens. But I plan to be in here on Monday with something. In the meantime, creative blessings.